What is up, guys? Back again with yet another one, and this time I'm going to be talking all about Toyota Supra, which is coming out with manual transmission. So if you guys are new here, definitely take a second to like this video, subscribe. Feel free to leave a comment on this video as well, and even share it if you need to. Mainly because I'm sort of trying to work my way back up the algorithm, and of course the more likes and comments that we leave on the videos, the more likely it is that you're going to see the rest of the videos that I put out. So, having said that, let's start up the video. Speaking about this Toyota Supra, I have made a bunch of videos about this vehicle in the past, so I'm really not going to touch too much on the specific specs of these Toyota Supras. Again, this car's been in the market for forever at this point. I really shouldn't need to talk in particular about the specs. Now, if you do want to check out videos that I've made where I do talk about the specs, you can check them out in the top right corner. In addition, there's actually a pretty cool video where I was invited to a Toyota event where I was able to actually get to see the Supra in person, get my hands on it, and sort of just check it out. And the event itself was very cool. I got to see the car. Feel free to check out the video. Again, top right corner, you know what to do. So, in this particular video, we're going to be talking about the manual transmission that these Supras are going to be coming out with. So for starters, we have two models, or two tiers if you will, of this Toyota Supra. The first tier being the 255 horsepower turbo 4-cylinder engine. Meanwhile, the more powerful vehicle is the 382 horsepower turbo inline 6 engine. So again, we're seeing that the highest level of these Toyota Supras are going to put out just under 400 horsepower. And that's an important point that I'm making because we will come back to it later on in this video. So follow me on this. Additionally, Toyota came out with somewhat of a cryptic tweet, if you will, which essentially says you think we're done, and it shows you a picture of the pedals of a Supra. And I think that while it is very vague, of course, if I had to guess, now I'm not really saying this based off of any information that I personally know, this is just a pure guess, I think that they could potentially be coming out with a new engine spec for this vehicle. Potentially. Also, considering the fact that the Toyota Supras get their engines from BMW, BMW actually doesn't have stick-shift options for their engines, so we actually don't know anything that's even remotely similar to these new manual transmission vehicles that are going to be coming out soon. So unfortunately, I really don't have very much to compare it to. Now, a different brand that I can compare it to, however, is the Nissan Z. And I did say I was going to touch on this. So essentially, the reason why I'm bringing up this Nissan Z is because, as we all know, it's a 400 horsepower Nissan. And for the most part, it's supposed to be the top level of their Z collection. Essentially, of course, if you go way back in the day, you have the Datsun, is it 270Z? I might be off with that, but I believe it's a Datsun 270Z. You'll probably correct me in the comments anyway. So you have that, you have the 350Z, 370Z. Now you have the 400Z, which is essentially supposed to be the beefiest vehicle. Two-door sports coupe. Similarly, you have the Toyota Supra, two-door sports coupe, putting out just under 400 horsepower. And now the prices, if you look at them, both of them are in the $30,000 range. There's a high chance that Toyota is planning on bringing out this manual Supra to be direct competition for the new Nissan Z that's coming out. I mean, the assumption was that they were going to make the Nissan 400Z and they were essentially going to dominate the market in that particular niche. So for Toyota to come out with a stick-shift model, I'm interested to see how it's going to compete with the 400Z. Granted, the Supras have already been on the market, so if people already don't like them, they're probably not going to buy a stick-shift version of the same car, and they're probably more likely to go to the 400Z. However, going off the Toyota tweet, if they do actually create some different engine specs, make it a little bit more powerful in one way or another, there's a high chance that that could be the convincing factor that brings people back onto the side of Toyota Supra. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I don't really know what to expect with this manual transmission. I think it should be exciting. Of course, from the reviews that I've heard, I haven't gotten the chance to actually drive a Supra. However, from reviews that I've heard, for the most part, they've been, at worst, they've been neutral. At best, they've been very positive. I haven't heard too many negative. Well, a few here and there, but not too many. But either way, let me know what you guys think about these two vehicles, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace!